understand in this video what these are and how do you know if you have a cervicogenic headache and what can you really do about it? All right, so let's talk about understanding cervicogenic headaches, a guide for executive moms. Now, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Swati. I'm an executive mom power coach. I help moms of younger kids who work in high stress executive jobs to manage their spinal, that is back and neck and nerve pain. And I do this without taking away a big chunk of your time because, hey, we're moms, we're busy people. I talk about simple exercises, easy lifestyle modifications, some tips and tricks that have helped me in my own pain journey. All right, so let's get into the topic for today, which is understanding cervicogenic headaches, a guide for executive moms. Now, as an executive mom, you're constantly juggling work and family responsibilities, and headache can be a common yet a debilitating part of your day. Now, if you have experienced a headache that is associated with neck pain or starts as stiffness in your neck, it might be that you have a cervicogenic, or these are also called cervical headaches. Now, understanding that, where is your headache coming from? Is it originating in your neck? Is it a migraine? Is it a stress headache? It is very important to differentiate. So most of us who are sitting at a desk job, sitting for long hours, be it as for a desk job or you're managing your children or for whatever reason you're driving. And whatever the reason, if you're sitting for a long period of time, usually when you're in that constant posture where you're looking at something in front of you, say a screen or a laptop, and you are sitting there and you have the stiffness that happens that occurs in the neck, and there's some sort of a pain that you can feel in your neck, and then you feel that headache coming on. Most probably that is a cervicogenic headache that you're suffering from. So if you know what is the source of your headache, then you can work towards um, implementing some strategies to manage these headaches. So what exactly are cervicogenic headaches? Of course, there are different kinds of headache, as I mentioned, but we're not going to go into those. Let's look at cervicogenic headaches here. So cervicogenic headaches are, as I said, those that originate in your cervical spine. Now, in our cervical spine, just a little bit of anatomy of the cervical spine, we have 7 vertebrae that are stacked on top of each other. There's a disc in between those vertebrae. And on either side of your cervical spine, and that is on your left and your right, you have these nerves that exit between every 2 vertebrae. These nerves go and supply a certain area of your body. This is a standard thing happening right from your first cervical vertebra down to your last one in the lower back area. So what happens with your 7 cervical vertebrae is these nerves that exit the upper to middle cervical spine, that is from your hairline to about the mid of your neck here. These go and supply the back of your head and the sides of your head. So basically this area, the ones that originate from the mid of your neck, so middle cervical spine to your lower cervical spine, these go and supply your shoulder, arms, forearms, and hands. So if you have nerve pain that is originating in your neck, but it is traveling down into your arms, hands, etc., that is mostly because of your mid to lower cervical spine. However, let's focus on the upper cervical spine today. So then what happens when these nerves are irritated or pinched? And how do they get pinched? Okay, so first let's look at the causes very briefly, and then I'll tell you what are the symptoms or what are the signs that indicate that you might have a cervicogenic headache. So for the causes of cervicogenic headache, it can be very varied. Anything that causes pain in your neck, such as a bulging disc, stenosis, arthritis, cervical spondylitis, a simple neck sprain, or for example, if you have a trauma, say you've been in a car accident or you've fallen down, or even poor posture where you are looking at the screen constantly, straining your neck like this, so your neck is not in a good posture but it is in this forward head posture, these can all contribute towards cervicogenic or cervical headaches. Now, what exactly happens with these headaches? You may or may not have stiffness in your neck. Most people do, but sometimes people just feel it as a headache. So what kind of a headache is this? When you have a migraine, it's usually a whole, it's usually around the head part, right? Not really at the neck or the base of the head here. when you have stress headaches, they're usually frontal headaches, right? So they're more in the front of the forehead or more towards the front of your head. With cervicogenic headaches, because they're originating in your neck, think about that anatomy that we spoke about, where you have those nerves that are exiting your cervical spine. So, what happens is these nerves go and supply the back of your head, and they come towards, they also supply the side of your heads. So, your headache follows the same pattern, usually. I mean, there's no hard and fast rule. Things can differ from person to person, episode to episode within the same person, but mostly your cervicogenic headache will start as a neck pain or a stiffness in the neck or an aggravation of, say, if you have a disc bulge, your disc bulge has got aggravated, or your herniated disc issue has got aggravated, because of which there is irritation or pinching of those nerves, and then you have that neck pain or discomfort or stiffness, and that pain goes from the base of your skull here, so basically from your hairline, it travels up from the back of your head, and then it goes towards the side of the head. Now, most of the people have this distribution. However, this headache can also come into the temple area. It can go behind the eyes, so you feel that heaviness in your eyes. It can lead to jaw pain or TMJ pain. So if you keep your fingers here and you open your jaw like this, you will feel a movement under your fingers. So somewhere in the mid part, if this is your ear and this is like the middle of the ear around this area, you will find that there is a joint there that moves when you're talking or you're opening or closing your mouth. So that is the TMJ or the jaw joint. So your headache can also manifest as a jaw pain, or it can contribute towards a pre-existing jaw pain. Anyway, so going back to the headache, um, the other thing is cervicogenic headaches can be two-sided, but usually they are one-sided. Now, let me just explain this a little bit. If you have nerves that are getting irritated on your right side of your neck, most of the times your headache will be more right-sided. However, if you have both sides of the neck affected and both the sides the nerves are getting pinched, it is possible that you have a two-sided headache, but usually one side of the headache is independent of the other side. Let me explain this further. Now, if suppose I have slept in a wrong posture and I have got a neck sprain on my right, now I have got a right-sided headache because of that. However, my left side has also got a minor strain, because of which I'm getting a little bit of a headache here. Now, when I do, say, a massage, or I go under the hot shower, or I take a hot pack for my left side, it starts to relieve the headache on my left. However, it is not related to the headache on my right. So you see how they sort of work independent of each other. So usually cervicogenic headaches are one-sided, but if you have a two-sided headaches, usually they work independent of each other. Of course, if you're taking medication or other things that affect the whole neck, then those you cannot differentiate if the two sides of the two headaches on either side are related to each other or not. All right, so now there are a couple more points that can help you understand cervicogenic headaches better. But what I have done is, because this video will get too long for you to watch, I have written a blog on this topic, and I will leave a link to that blog in the description of this video. If you're watching me on Instagram, the link will be in my bio. You can always message me if you can't find it there. And I have left a free guide for you in that blog, and that guide basically tells you if your neck is the cause of your cervicogenic headache. So it might be a bit of a repetition from the points that I have told you, but that will help you consolidate whether your neck is the cause of your headache, or do you have any other source of headache. So yes, so if you have any questions, any comments for me, do let me know, and I'll be happy to address these for you. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.